For the sheer escape of it, sometimes a story of no great moment is a thing of joy. And when we saw the carrot and the ring story in the Otago Daily Times, we instantly loved it. Carol Creighton, who's 76, lost her eternity ring. It had been her mum's while gardening in Balclutha 11 years ago. It turned up yesterday on a carrot in her garden. Now, the carrot had been dug up by her dear friend Tom, who's 82 and has got a twinkle in his eye, as you'll hear. It's spring tomorrow and Tom was taking the winter garden out to get ready for the summer garden, and then he found gold.
I knew she had lost a ring in the garden because you kept reminding me over the period of the few years I've known her. And she lost it in 2006, and that was in the garden area. Now, I look after the veggie garden. I don't live here, you see, because I live in Dunedin, you see, but I come down here a lot. And she looks after the flower garden. And I'm banned from the flower garden because I stand on the wrong things, you see. And I banned her from the veggie garden because she tells me to plant the spuds further apart. Now, if you're a gardener and you start to dig the spuds, you don't want big gaps between them, do you?
No, you don't.
No, so I put them closer together, so I prefer to put them in my way, because it's my particular garden. I've claimed it.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is it. We're ready to do that. And so I knew she had, before I met Carol, I knew she'd lost this ring in the garden. So I was always reminded of it. I've dug it over every year, and with the cultivator and the shovel and all this sort of carry on, put fertiliser in it, done all sorts of funny things with it. And then just when I was digging these carrots up, I took them through into the tub to wash them. And wow, I knew what it was straight away. So I took it out to her. She was out there with another fella because she was doing her part, like we just cut a bit of a shrub down. And I said to her, "Have you lost something?" And she instantly said, "Yes, a ring." And that was 11 years ago. I said, "Well, give us a kiss." And she said, "No, I'm too." As I handed her the carrot with the, with inside the ring around it, and she said, "No, I'm too sweaty." And Bill, he was the other fellow, was there. He said, "Oh, we shake your hands," he says, because he's there at this moment of discovery, you see. And so that was all I got out of it. And her daughter said I earned some brownie points. But the funny thing, John, is that later on when we're up here having a cup of tea, because this happened about 2 o'clock or something, about 3 o'clock we're up here having a cup of tea, and it was after that I said, "Carol, where's that carrot?" And she couldn't find it. Would you believe that?
No, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. She just wanted you to find it again so she could give you a kiss this time, I reckon.
I never got that part of it.
Yeah, there's method in her madness.
Right on the story. Jeez. So anyway, it was tea time and I had to search again. I searched the house for it, you see, and here it was in the fridge. I said, "Jesus, Carol," I said, "yeah, it took 11 years for me to find this one." I said, "and you instantly lose it again." I found it twice in the same day now, and it's only 4 hours after.
Is she there? Is she near you now?
Yes, she's right here. She's listening to me. She's looking at me oddly like, but here, I'll pass you over to her.
Okay, thank you. Lovely to talk to you, Tom. Nice work.
Yeah, no problem. Here we are. Here
Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Carol. It's John Campbell. It's lovely to talk to you. How are you?
Oh, gosh, I've just been talking about you. You're my star. I do miss you on TV.
Well, it's lovely to talk to you, but I reckon you must have something going on because all the boys want to come and do your garden. What's that about?
Oh, golly. Tough luck. The gold's been discovered and there's nothing left in the garden. It's bare now. Absolutely bare.
But what was it?
It was a lovely surprise, John, I have to admit. It's not so much the value of the ring.
No.
It's the sentimental value. My mother has long passed, and before her time was up, because she was nearly 97 before she died, she had 2 daughters, and she gave her rings before she went into a home.
Oh.
And as I say, it was more of sentimental value.
Yes.
And like a girl with a new ring, she loves it. She wears them, and she does things unconsciously. I went out into the garden, just looking around, because I quite enjoy my garden. Started to pick a weed out and another weed and so forth and so forth. And when I eventually come inside, I couldn't find my ring. I'd mislaid it. So I went back out again because I only went from the back door to the garden, so I haven't gone far, and I knew it was on. I did that. Couldn't find it. So different people that come to my place, I told them the story. I've lost a ring in the garden. How could you ever find it? So years down the track, we eventually found it, as my companion had said to you. That was how it was found. So it was just amazing. I'm absolutely stunned, John, that something like this should happen. I really, really am. I never believed I'd ever see it again. But it wasn't on the side of the garden I thought it was on. It was on the opposite side.
Well, Tom would say that would teach you for being in his department, which is the veggies, right? You're meant to be over your side in the flowers.
It's only been like that the last few years since he's known me, that's all. But it just goes to show you in the garden how many times it's ploughed or rotary hoed over, you're digging over it, you're putting compost in, you're moving from one side to the other, how far these things travel in a plot.
It was Carol Creighton and Tom Dixon who were gardening up a storm in Balclutha. Clearly, thank you for being with us on Checkpoint.